The leaks start coming and they don't stop coming and they won't stop coming because they never stop coming. What in the world am I talking about, y'all? See you on the other side. Good morning and welcome back to the channel, y'all. It is your boy JKG Brandon. We got some Godforge leaks and a little bonus. We're gonna confirm some information. If you don't know by now, Simon and the Fateless team, they put out a kind of like a roadmap type of a video the other day. Haven't had a chance to really like react to it, but they did include a little bit of information in our leak folder that kind of went along with that. So we will be doing a react to that this weekend. Had a lot of stuff going on IRL, and frankly, I'm not feeling too good today. So we're just going to kind of get right up on into it. We're going to start out not with the leak, but with more of just a confirmation. Let me go ahead and bring this up on the screen here for you guys. We have all 10 factions announced, so we know exactly which factions go to which banners and what they're going to be called. We're going to start out here with the Aru faction. This is going to be our Egyptian faction. You can kind of see the scarab kind of hanging out as the main the main point of the banner, and you have like the Ankh and snakes and the feathers and everything like that. So very, very, very Egyptian. Not a whole lot more. We've seen this before. A lot of these we've seen before. Here we have the Asgard faction. This one, very cool vibe with the chainmail and the runes. I really dig this. Hopefully, I hope it stays this color green, to be completely honest, because this green with the kind of almost blue that's coming off of the chainmail up here at the top gives me eternal blue, forever green. I'm Sounders till I die. MLS, Seattle Sounders. It gives me those vibes. So I hope it stays that color scheme because I really, really dig it. Next, we have the Avalon faction with that kind of almost an Iron Cross, shamrocky vibe over the black. I really dig it. It looks good. This is going to be our Avalon is going to be like King Arthur's and kind of, Lancelot and all of those type of characters. Next, we have the Saba faction, which is going to be the South American, Mexican, indigenous vibe. So I imagine we're probably going to see some stuff like Montezuma and some of those kind of figures as well, maybe Xibalba and stuff like that. A lot of representation, and you can kind of see that it's over almost like a basket weave type of a texture. So I really, really dig this. A lot of red because a lot of blood sacrifices were being made in those areas. And then here we have Eker or Eker. Don't know. I'm not too familiar with this one. However, I do really dig the lions here. And then we have like a crescent and moon, possibly sickle and moon. So very, very cool. Not exactly sure where this one's going to come through. I have not had a chance to really, really, really dive in and react to all the old videos. We're going to be doing that on Twitch on my stream this weekend on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Hang out for that. We're going to start way back at the beginning, and we're just going to like take a video at a time and kind of go through it. So tune into that, by the way. And then here we go. We have another one. We have the Jade faction. Obviously, Jade is, a precious earth material. It's one of the stones that we see a lot of sculptures being made out of. It's incredibly pricey, incredibly expensive, and has a lot of meaning in Asian cultures. Chinese, I believe, most importantly. But yeah, so we're gonna see the Jade faction here. Really cool vibes with the red on green. We have the Kajiki or Kajiki, which is clearly going to be a Japanese, potentially samurai faction. This is going to be where Musashi is going to be, undoubtedly. We have the prayer ribbons here. We have the arches represented very well. The deep blue really looks dope with this, to be completely honest. I'm not a big blue fan in general, but this particular blue with this vibe really kind of sets it off. So I really like that banner. Olympus faction, different blue, obviously. Blue and white, very Greek, very, very Greek. It's just quintessential when you think of Greece as far as, sports teams and stuff like that, football, basketball, all of that. It's blue and white with the olive branches. There's nothing more to say there. We know we're going to get our Zeus, our Aphrodite, all of our big main ones that we always think of when we think of gods and legends and stuff. It's a lot of it's going to come from Olympus, frankly. Svarga. This is dope. This is the first time I've seen this one personally. I really like this. It almost kind of looks like two hands with a flame, with a candle. I really dig this almost necklace vibe to the fringe and everything. And then we have the discs, and I'm not sure if that is a flower. I'll have to dig into some of the lore and find out, but this is a very cool vibe. I really dig the purple, that kind of almost royal purple with orange vibe. I dig that a lot, guys. And I do believe this is the last one to get announced, but it is the Virage faction, and we can kind of see like a wolf or a sheepskin up here with some with a tooth necklace. And then we have that almost kind of, this is made of leather type of a vibe to the banner itself. So I believe this one is going to be like I believe they said this one was going to be like a Baltic, kind of that area of a spot. So this is going to be really cool. We're going to see some really cool, the like Central Eastern European legends coming out of this one. I'm not gonna say Dracula. I know a lot of people are gonna say Dracula. I'm not gonna say that. So let's get our minds off of that. Those are the banners. So those are the clans that we're gonna see. Not the clans. Those are the factions that we're gonna see in the game. So we have 10 factions in total. Virage, Svarga, Olympus, Kojiki, Jade, Eker, Seba, Avalon, Asgard, and Aru. So do with that what you will. Hope you guys like these banners as much as I do. I think they're pretty dope. I think they're going to be really sick once they get fully fleshed out and we can see them kind of blow it in the wind and stuff in the background. Really like that. Now on to the leaks. This week's Friday leak, guys, it was just a banger, right? We got to see this one in I believe this one came in the Beowulf leak. This was one of the shadow champions in one of the images that we got to see there, because of the one-sided, almost like tree branch going out of his head. But this is Merlin, guys. We have Merlin. Very, very dope looking artwork. The purple and blue textures on this just set him off. I love the lantern on the back hip. I love the cloak with the feathers on the shoulders. This is possibly the coolest artwork I've seen yet. We have the grimoire for his spells and everything like that, because if you don't know, Merlin was a wizard and all that kind of stuff. So, they're even giving a nod over here in the bottom right hand corner. We'll try to zoom in on this, but heterochromia, so we can reflect in a subtle way that he was the son of an incubus and a human woman. So heterochromia, if you don't know, I believe that is the where one eye is one color and the other eye is another color. So you could have like one blue eye and one brown eye, so to speak. And so you kind of get that dichotomy, if you will, that they're trying to play a nod to. Really dope to see. And then his staff with a nice little nice toad, maybe a horn toad on there, and kind of like the tree branch growing into a little mini dragon at the top of it. This is super sick. I can't wait to see what this looks like in game in motion. So that is the first concept art we're seeing here. A little bit, of the same, two of the same, images from that previous one, just a little bigger. We can kind of see what he's going to look like here on there. And then you get a, line drawing here so you can kind of see all of the detail that's going into it. You might even actually get to see a little bit more of the detail in these line drawings because you're not going to have all the textures and shadows and everything like that. And then here over on the left, we have, looks like a preliminary, just kind of a rough, what kind of color scheme are we trying to go for? And what kind of textures are we going for? I really like that they're leaning hard into like that purple and blue texture with him, because that is very dope. Because here we can kind of see, if we have the purple and blue over here, or if we go more of a nature wizard, with more of a green and gold vibe, still very dope looking, in my opinion, very cool. But I prefer the purple, and I had purple hair when I went to TwitchCon, guys. I like purple more. That's all it is. But very cool. Whichever one comes in. Now, could this be a little hint to later in the game? Maybe we get skins that we're able to, say, earn through our daily rewards and stuff like that. With that, who knows? I kind of hope so, because it would be cool to have multiple skins for champions, especially if we have dupes. If there's, I haven't really talked to anybody or really delved into that, but if we have like a dupe system in the game where using dupes isn't really all that great, who knows? But I'm sure there's going to be situations, because situations are situational. Every once in a while, you're going to want to have two of the same champion in there. It'd be pretty cool to have a skin on one, and that way you can kind of differentiate just real quick. Oh, that's my debuffer. That's my damage one. If they do, if you can do something like that, or just pure visually, I want to have a green one and I want to have a blue and purple one. But I think he looks dope in both. Let me know in the comments below. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer? Comment 1 if you think the green and gold. Comment 2 if you think purple and blue. There you go. Have at it. I'm really curious to see what you guys say. Then you can kind of see some more like fantasy artwork of Merlin here, with the huge long beard. It's gonna be me in about, it's gonna be what I look like here in probably 5-10 years. And with the staff with the candle on the end, I really dig it. Very wizardly, very Gandalf inspired, to be completely honest. And then here we see just a whole bunch of different inspiring artwork. Actually, kind of funny, because right here in the for the face slash vibe inspiration, Merlin and other games, one of them is Floki from the History Channel show Vikings. So that's cool. I didn't really think, I never really would have equated Floki with Merlin, how personally, but you can kind of see all the different looks that they went through, details on weapon polishing, fabrics and everything, poses. This is really, really dope. And then mage archetype and others. So I feel like Merlin obviously is a wizard. He's probably going to be a mage. So they're probably going to reuse the main T-pose model and then just stack assets on to make other mage types, which is perfectly cool. But as long as Merlin is the dopest one and our best of the best, because he was the best of the best, I think we're going to be in good shape. But let's go back to that original Merlin pic. Let's go back to this one. Again, comment 1 if you like the green and gold. Comment 2 if you like the purple and blue. But hey, which one is your favorite? which faction banner is your favorite of the 10 factions that we have? I'm sure eventually down the road they are going to be adding additional factions as we go. There's so many gods, so many legends, so many mythology figures around the world that, 10, narrowing it down to 10 is a good start, because you don't want to just overshoot and everything like that. I think having the 10 factions is going to be a good place to start, especially when you can put as much detail and effort into the heroes like we're seeing with, this Merlin figure. Because if we go back to that original one where we got to see everything, the textures and just, if we look down here in the cloak, in the bottom of his cloak, you can kind of see almost has a vibe like it's moving, right? It looks like we have like smoke or water kind of flowing. And I hope in the animation we get to see something like that, because that is just super, super sick. Merlin has always been a really cool figure in literature and fantasy, because he's just dope, man. He's the best of the best. So that's gonna do it for today. Again, twitch.tv/JKGBrennan, Saturday 10 a.m. We're gonna be diving into a little bit more of the backlog of videos that we have to go through to try to catch up and school myself on some of the lore and what everybody's been talking about in Godforge. So hang out for that, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Love you guys. Peace.